So my last video I did get a few comments saying that the images on the screen looked dark, and some put a reason behind that due to how YouTube displays the images. However, I'm experimenting at the moment with the Canon R6 with my black and white photography, trying to get a higher contrast look. And to do that, what I've been doing is to spot meter. So I'm metering on the lightest part of the scene, locking that exposure and then repositioning to get the composition that I like. So bear with me, I'm still experimenting. I'm still out with the 50mm lens. I've got the telephoto in the bag just in case. And I'm in this wooded area, which is naturally quite a dark environment. Quite a dull day today, so I'm going to be conscious with the minimum shutter speed, because the lens doesn't have image stabilization, however the camera does. So what I've done, I've set it at a minimum shutter speed of 60. I've just been walking up. I'm at Dodd Woods, in the northern part of the Lake District. Try to frame some of these trees, some lovely ferns. Spotted that one that stands out. That's a bit of lightness in the bark. And there's the old path one as well, shot that. So yeah, let's just see what we get today. But I'm going to continue with the black and white. Try and get a different look to the images. What? Hey? Wrong turn. Now, I'm intentionally going out and shooting black and white today, but of course, it doesn't always work. No scenes work in black and white. I know that. And I know there's an opportunity. Well, I say opportunity. There's an image again in last week's video where it may have turned out better in colour. That's the image where I was at Red Tarn. You had that beautiful golden light on cat's eye cam, and that in contrast with the blues. The blues and orange always a great combination. Anyway, so luckily enough, I shoot in RAW as well. So I'm shooting JPEGs, but I'm also shooting in RAW, just to keep the negative really, and then back in the film days. And that gave me the opportunity to go back and re-edit that image in colour. And here it is. And yeah, it does work. So I've opted for a fairly small fell today. I am going to summit, and that summit is Dodd, same name as the woods. The reason for that, oh that's windy. The reason I'm going for a fairly small one, not as high, is because if I get any higher, then I'm going to be totally clagged in. The cloud base is around, what, 500 metres today, and I just can't see the point. Not going to get much photography from there, and it's going to be a photography day combined with a small hike. Now there is some interesting path stroke fern tree combinations as I head up to Dodd, so let's see what we can get. I'd say more or less at the cloud line, baseline. It's quite atmospheric. At the top of Dod, spin you around towards Bassenthwaite. The clouds drifting in. Certainly a moody day. And that is what going towards Ullock Pike. Behind that is Skidder. Not much fun being on top of there today. Right, look for options. I've got the long range lens. But I'll try and stick to the 50. Got some light right in the background there. See that? See distant there? Just like that, I'm plugged in. But I grabbed a shot at the fern here, in the foreground, background light across Bassenthwaite, very moody shot. Now, sometimes he looks in, and what I mean by that is there's an image in front of you or nearby where you don't really have to put too much effort. So looking to my left hand side, there's that scene there, which is really, really nice, I believe. You've got the background, which is nicely, let's say, hidden, or slightly hidden from the low-lying cloud, and you've got the fern on the left-hand side, far left-hand side of the frame. Now, that's a monochrome image anyway. There's not much going on there, is there? But it just goes to show you don't have to put much effort in every now and then. I just think that works. And I basically sat down, 50mm, and there you go. Nothing much happening. That's my view. Right, okay. There's not much changing here. We're totally clagged in. I've been sat here and I'm slowly getting a bit cold, so it's best to move on. Happy with the two shots, one that side, one that side as well. Let's see what I can find as I head back down. Maybe some interesting options with the clag. It's a wonder what mist, fog, clag does to a scene. I just veered off the path, just off the summit of Dod, and I'm in the middle of the mossy ground, covered in heather. We've got this beautiful structured ferns. I'm looking at that scene there, just composing. Again, the ferns in the optimum position, as it were. Yeah, it's good. Good stuff. Yeah, look at this. The textures and that. That's the beauty of a 50mm. It's not a wide angle, and you haven't got the depth of field issues where you get with a longer range of telephoto. It's a mid-range lens, which I like. Just isolates the scene nicely. So now I mentioned going for the high contrast look. I'm veering off that slightly. What I'm doing, I'm playing around the spot metering. And just metering off different parts of the scene, which then renders the scene in a different look, different, gives me a different tonal range, a wider tonal range on some occasions. Taking a few shots back there, overexposed really. I mean, some of the image is going to be burnt out, but I think that works. Don't underestimate the appeal for me. Gives you that ambience. So it's turned out to be a trip I didn't expect. As I say, I veered off the path into this, combination of moss, reeds, heather, and of course you've got the ferns. Beautiful structures. Look at this, that's nice. Lovely shape on that. So I'm just going to frame this up with the reeds in the foreground. Turn the camera on first, that's always helpful. See what exposure you get there. So that's what I'm saying. Forget the fern on the left hand side. I'm composing the centre on there, and I'm using the reeds here, the foreground, because they're slightly angling to the right, and the fern itself, at the top of it, is slightly angling to the left, so you've got a bit of contrast. I think portrait orientation is probably best. I'm going to experiment, as I say, with a few different exposures and apertures as well. I may throw the foreground out of focus because the subject is the fern, so I want to focus on that no matter what. I've said it before and I'll say it again, if you want to convey a bit of mood in your images, a bit of atmosphere, a bit of thought, or an image which triggers thought, black and white, on days like this where it's foggy, like this cloud day, and it really does bring out the best. I'm focusing on a shot here. There's, I don't know what it is, it's a branch, it's a sapling of some form, and it's bent, it's been angled or shaped, for want of better words, with the wind. It's quite exposed, this area. You can see a lot of wind hitting this spot. It's veering off to the left hand side. I've come down low because I want to create that contrast with the background. We've got the oh, look at that, it's just lifted as we speak. As we speak, it's just lifted. You've got to be quick. I'll talk your way through it anyway because I did shoot it. Please tell me I did shoot it. I did. Yeah. So you've got the tree, the sapling bending to the left hand side, and I've got low down, creating that contrast, and you've got the two ferns on the either side of the shot, just giving it that balance, and the background just completely veiled out, as it were. But let me show you, you can probably see it, can't you? It seems to be lifted. There you go. So that's the sapling there. What a few minutes. What a difference a few minutes has. Right, okay, so it's a different, literally different view of things now. Oh, there you go, it's lifted. Lifted. You gotta take these opportunities, haven't you? Beautiful scenes. Bassingthwaite, Derwent Water there. Okay, I'm going to head down. Pleased with some shots, pleased with this. It's got to veer off the path, as it were.